Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy day of gratitude. Um, I wanted to talk about what I'm grateful that I don't have. Man, I had a really great thought right before this, right before I went live, and this red little live button went on. What was it? Maybe I'll remember it. But so I was watching a video today of a guy interviewing a girl from North Korea who escaped North Korea. And it's just so interesting with this lesson of gratitude from her, because she's saying that, living where she was in North Korea, every day was a struggle looking for food. Every day was wondering how they're going to get food, maybe eating some cabbage soup at a high point, seeing dead bodies on the street, people going crazy, delirious from being so hungry. That's what happens right before you die. Eating rats, but the rats have disease, and then the disease goes into the humans, and then the rats eat the humans, and they become disease, and there's a cycle of death and disease. They don't have the word freedom. They don't have a word for freedom, because having that word would make you to think about what that means. The supreme leader is God. The supreme leader is in their thoughts. They believe that the supreme Kim Jong-il, who was there at the time that this girl was there, could read her thoughts. She was afraid to think, because if she would think, then he would know her thoughts and she could be in trouble. She was afraid to talk. Her mother told her, don't speak loudly, don't speak anything other than over a whisper, because you can't trust anybody. They asked her, who can you trust? Can you trust your brother? No. Could you trust your mother? No. You can't trust anyone. I couldn't even trust myself, because he was listening to me. And you're required to report on other people doing things wrong. Regularly, as a kid, you're required to say, this person wasn't working hard enough, this person did this. And then for generations, your family can be punished. She talks about coming to the US and then going to soup kitchens and seeing the wonderfulness, the abundance of the soup kitchen, of feeding homeless people, and then people refusing food. She was giving out hot dogs, and they're like, somebody said, I don't want that. I don't want that hot dog. Yeah, seeing that there's all these things for them that people weren't grateful for because of relativity, because of their relative situation compared to others. So I think we can all be grateful for something wherever we are, no matter what situation that we're in. Because there's always someone that's got it worse, and there's always someone that's got it better. And the people that seemingly have it better, maybe they don't have it worse. Just because somebody has money doesn't mean they have it better. Maybe they struggle with self-love and they have just horrible circumstances around them. Maybe there's people that are poor that have no money and they love their lives. So it's not about money, and it's about, I think it's just a mindset of what you have, of the ability to focus on the positive, ability to focus on what you do have, your ability to frame your situation in a way that's positive. That might be the key to life. That might be the whole key to happiness and progress, is can you take, in whatever situation that you have, frame it for the positive, frame it for something where you can progress, where you can at least stand and deal with, and just know that it's there to push you somewhere, to help you in some way. Like I'm grateful for all the things that have stopped me, the things that have been taken away from me. I'm grateful to be struggling in a business, to not have funds to fund my business. I'm very grateful that I could always go home to my family. I could always count on my parents, but I'm grateful to live under constraint. I'm grateful that I can choose, to deal with what I have. If I don't have money, that I don't ask for it, that I figure out the situation, that I eat eggs for a week. Because under constraint comes a beautiful innovation. Under the constraint of not having funding, I think, what do I have? What are some ways that I can use what I have? How can I send this outreach differently? How can I do this in a new way? I can't do it the old way, so how can I improve the way that I have now? Having a business and partners quitting on me. Well, my life's not over. Now, what's the next thing? What does that free me up to do? Now I'm freed up to go to the next chapter in my life, and it looks differently. I see every situation that happens to me. Everything that's happening is happening for me. There's a way that it can pushing me into the direction that I need to go. Not that I want to go, but that I need to go. And why do I need to go there? Is it because God is telling me? No, nobody's telling me. It's because I have to do that. I have to accept. I have to accept what I'm given. What's the alternative? Misery, death. You might as well not live if you don't accept what you have and work with it. There's no other option. It does not mean that things are happy and positive all the time. Thinking positively, accepting what you have, believing the universe and God has your back does not mean that things are happy and good all the time. But it does mean that you can have a frame of life, a frame of reference where you can move forward, where you can be self-sufficient and self-loving and self-trusting. And you don't have to rely on anyone else to give you anything. You don't have to rely on God giving you anything. You don't have to hope and pray that something's going to happen, because it's all already happening. It's already happening for you right here. And if you accept that what you have is the right thing, you're in the right place, and that if you just move, and if you're open to the possibilities, if you're open to the positivity, if you're open to seeing how you can move through this, if you can look back in hindsight and see, how is this bringing me to the place that I want to go, that I'm meant to be? That has to be the way, because what's the alternative? The alternative is living in shame, in misery, of not liking where you are, not liking who you are. Why would there be a life like that? How could there be a life that you're born into and you're not born into some place you're meant to be, with people that you're meant to be in, a surrounding you're meant to be in? How can that be a life? How can that be a possibility? Because if it is, then you're kind of fucked, aren't you? Then what is life? But being able to look at it, but having the choice to move with it and accept it. All right. I'm grateful. Grateful for you, my one viewer. Hope you're doing good out there. Hey, Mom. All right.